We got quite a setup in here. It seems like this part of the thing seems like it's all part of the show. It's like we're doing a sketch comedy show about stand-up comedy. And then out there, everybody's just got candles. All right. I don't know what that was for, but they might have lost somebody. They're like, no, that's me whistling. Yeah, I can't whistle. I'd like to do it, but I never could. I can't get my bottom lip to curl up like that. So I got a bigger lip there and it won't curl up. I've never been able to whistle. So I'm pretty upset about it when other people whistle. Feels like it's showing off a bit, you know what I mean? But we're having a good time though. Okay. You know what I mean? And I checked into a hotel the other day and they had a little window unit in there, and it was like, who thought my hair was attached to this hat? A lot of people think that. I try to keep it a secret, but I had a lot going on up here. Had a lot of meat earlier. I'm a little uncomfortable. It was delicious, but I ate it too fast. I'm sweating a little bit, I think. Meat sweats. That used to happen to me a lot when I would do casinos. You know, I'd do 2 shows and the buffet would be closed by the time I got done with the second show. So I had like 30 minutes to eat a lot of meat. It'd be rough. It was worth it. Sometimes the coffee shop stuff goes real well. And other times I don't know what I'm talking about. But thank you, there he goes. All right, just a little bit of confidence from the whistling person. Old whistler. You never know what a whistle means, really. When my mom used to whistle, it meant get home right now. Like, she wasn't like whistling at work, you know, she was like, get home. She would do that kind of whistle. Well, let's think about not whistling the rest of the show. I mean, we are all impressed. I mean, I was thinking when I came here, I was like, I wonder if anybody in Springfield can whistle. I have not heard a lot of whistling while I'm walking around. I was beginning to doubt there was even a whistler in the whole city. But after this show, I do know that there is at least one person in town that can whistle, and I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad to know about it. I think we all can rest a little easier knowing that this is not a whistleless town. People come to visit, they're like, can people whistle here? You're like, oh yeah, there's... Go to the Blue Room, late show Saturday, there will be a whistle. They'll have different decibels and different, well, I can't think of the word, but, what is it? Tones. Tones is good too. Not the one I'm looking for, but tones is good. It's okay. We're not having a good time. You know when you say a word and it has like a lot of different beats to it? What do you call that? Pitches. What is it? Pitches. Pitches. That would be a good one too. Still not it. You know, like when you say like dinosaur, there's 3 of them. Syllables. Syllables, yeah. It's too far gone now, but I am glad that I got that figured out though. A lot of times if you eat a lot of meat, it'll affect your brain. A lot of energy is going from my brain to digest that meat. And then I had a lot of bread, butter with it. We're having a good time though. I like country though. I like that country song, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. You know that song? The song that justifies drinking any time of the day? You just say it's 5 o'clock and it's okay, right? It only works for drinking though. You can't show up late for work and be like, hey, 9 o'clock somewhere. Be nice if that did work though. If your boss is like, well, I can't argue with that logic, hell, get in here. Hell, by that logic, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here. Let's get a drink. What are we even doing here? I don't know why we keep track of time the way we do sometimes, you know? Like the other day, I asked this guy, I was like, hey, man, what time is it? He was like, it's 20 to 4. I was like, listen. If you don't know, just say you don't know. Don't give me some kind of weird math problem. Just because I'm not wearing a watch, you know what I mean? Now I got to take a quiz to get the time. I don't know why we break it down like that, you know? It's not shorter. 20 to 4, 3:40, it's about the same, right? We don't break anything else down like that. We're not like, hey, what's this cost? $20 to $8. How old are you? 6 to 40. What month is it? 15 to February. Right? Doesn't make sense. I don't know why we're doing it. I do like that song, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, though. There's a line in the chorus where he says this. He goes, it's only 12:30. That's 12:30, just to be clear. He said, it's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Right? But that's not true. You know what I mean? It may be 5:30 somewhere, but... We don't lose a half hour just because you change time zones. That's not how that works, Alan Jackson. That's a good song. I don't know how many people are familiar with that song. I mean, it's a good song. At least you've all heard it once. I mean, it's a classic. Easily top 5 country songs of Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett combined. Easily. Easily. But if you listen to the song, you know, if you listen to it, you know, one time you think, hey, this is a hardworking guy. You know, he works outside, gets paid hourly, boss is pretty rough on him. When he gets off work, he just wants a drink, right? That's relatable. But if you listen to it several times, like I have, start to realize this guy's an alcoholic. He's creating a lot of his own problems. His boss seems like a pretty cool guy. And honestly, he's got a lot of flexibility at his job. The guy seems to come and go as he pleases, you know? Like the song starts off, he's like, the sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow. So am I, right? So right away, hungover at work. You know he's hungover because he keeps talking about it. He's like, the workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. And it's like, all right, we get it. It's a hot day. We're all out here together, you know what I mean? Says, I'm getting paid by the hour, older by the minute, right? So we know he's hourly, we know he's older, we know he complains about everything. He says, my boss just pushed me over the limit. I'm like, wow, isn't that something? The guy that comes in hungover has a limit. He says, I'd like to call him something, but I think I'll just call it a day, right? So it's like, oh, call it a day, huh? You just get to leave work whenever you want then. That must be nice. I think we'd all like that kind of flexibility at our jobs. Stroll in hungover, boss upsets you, just take off. Right? And he leaves. He goes to a bar. He doesn't have a beer. He has a hurricane, he says. Tall, strong, right? And then we go to the second verse. And yeah, I'll do the whole song. And... We go to the second verse. We don't know if the second verse is the same day or not, right? A lot of times being thrown around in this song. It's not real clear. At the end of the first verse, he says, I think I'll call it a day, right? So I'm thinking 3, 4 o'clock, right? That's call it a day time. Beginning of the second verse, he goes, this lunch break gonna take all afternoon, half the night. So either this guy called it a day at lunch, or he's doing this sort of thing all the time. Then he says, I haven't had a day off now in over a year. It's like, well, maybe you didn't leave every day at lunch. We might not need you on the weekends. Sounds like your boss just trying to help you get your hours in. Hell, he knows you got a drinking problem. Probably trying to put a little money in your wallet. Seems like a cool guy to me, right? Then I think he moves on to drugs right there in the bar. He goes, my Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. That sounds like a weed reference to me. Sounds like an old guy weed reference. For I'm about to go out in the parking lot and smoke weed. Who's coming with me? Right? Then he says, if the phone's for me, you can tell him I just sailed away. It's like, well, you're in a bar right now. The phone's for you, it's probably your boss. Probably looking for you, trying to get you to come back to work. That's what you want me to tell him? You just sailed away? That's the best you got? You don't want me to be like, I don't know? Haven't seen him? You're like, nah, I don't know what happened. He was just sitting here, and all of a sudden he just sailed away. Yeah, this is still a bar. No, there ain't no boats in here. I don't know how he did it. He's kind of levitated up, and then he floated right out of here. And then we go through another chorus, more hurricanes. During this chorus, I think the drugs are starting to kick in. I'm starting to get a little paranoid, starting to think, you know what, maybe I do need this job. Maybe I will go back to work. He says, I could pay off my tab, pour myself in a cab, and be back to work by 2, right? And I like that he's not for drinking and driving, right? You know what I mean? But if you leave work in your own car, you can't come back in a cab. You know what I mean? You don't take a 2-hour lunch break, smoke a joint, have a couple of hurricanes. You're like, you know what? Maybe I will go back to work. Honestly, I'm starting to feel a lot better. My attitude's really improved. Sure, it's not safe to be on the road, but if you get me there, I'll get the job done. But I think he's done some harder drugs, some drugs he doesn't tell us about. Because the song takes a little turn right here. It's a little weird, right? He goes, at a moment like this, I can't help but wonder, what would Jimmy Buffett do? And not a weird question, I guess, but weird that Jimmy Buffett answers him. Has Jimmy Buffett been there the whole time? Is he even there at all? That's what I'm asking. Jimmy Buffett just pops up. Funny you should ask, Alan. Jimmy Buffett tells him to keep drinking. He said, who needs a job, man? Keep drinking. But that's really what the kind of advice you want from Jimmy Buffett, you know? You got a real drinking problem. If Jimmy Buffett pops up and goes, you know what? You should probably shut it down. But then they talk about boats for a while, and the song just ends. We don't know what happens. We don't know if the guy's okay. We don't know if he made it back to work. We don't know if Jimmy Buffett's real. Just got to imagine the two of them hanging out. Maybe they floated off to Margaritaville, or maybe way down yonder, a Chattahoochee, where it gets hotter than a Hoochie Coochie. That's right. Whatever that means. You know what I mean? I've been singing that song since I was a little kid. It gets hotter than a Hoochie Coochie. Right? It's fun because it rhymes. But as an adult, pretty sure I know what a hoochie is. Pretty sure I know what a coochie is. You know what I mean? Is that what he's talking about? Alan Jackson slipping us a little wisdom. You know what I mean? Be careful, buddy. It gets hot down there. Okay, we're having a good time. That's a fun one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.